G'day guys and welcome back. Last time I did one of these was actually Thursday and it's now Wednesday, I think. Yeah, a lot's been happening in a way. I spent most of Friday editing for something that I can't really talk about, but we'll come to that. And then I had the weekend, and then suddenly on Monday I got a phone call about shooting this balloon thing again. And so I hightailed it down to Northam, stayed overnight, slept for like 0 hours, got up early in the morning, and I'm going to like overlay some photos of this. Good job, editor. Got up really early and watched them inflate this balloon and then take off. And to be honest, it completely destroyed me. I was awake for like 18 hours or something in the end by the time I got to sleep. But yeah, it was good to watch it, and obviously work. Yeah, so that was pretty much like wiped out most of Tuesday with that. And then I tried to get myself back on track. I think in my last video I talked about on that Thursday before I went to Northam for my first shoot there, I had a meeting. And so I've been sitting down and trying to work out how best to provide what this client needs. It was kind of interesting. We got asked to have a meeting, and you know when a client starts talking to you about they've got this specific idea and you kind of ask a bunch of probing questions and you come out with a completely different answer. That's kind of what happened, which is good. And I think that works because I've worked with them for a while and we've built that kind of trust between each other. I understand their business, they understand mine, and they kind of trust you enough to kind of say, like, yeah, we're going to go with that. So they've asked me to come up with a couple of proposals, which is interesting. So, yeah, I think I've got some ideas as to how to really improve their business. I don't think that they're selling themselves enough for what they do. They're a builder, and they're different to other builders. I know every business is different, but they really are, like, they do different stuff. They have a lot of unique challenges with the type of work that they do. And I think that they need to present that in their social media. So, yeah, I'm going to sit down, or I already started kind of yesterday, probably after no sleep. What I wrote may not make sense. I'm going to go back over that. But yeah, I'm going to provide them with a bit of a proposal as to what I think needs to happen. Today it's already 4 o'clock. As I say, I actually recorded this video yesterday and then it all kind of went a bit pear-shaped. So, yeah, I've spent pretty much all of today working on editing for, I will codename it Project, I don't know. I don't have a code name for it. It's a project I can't talk about at the moment. It's just it's within health and fitness, and so we're just editing a series of 3 videos for that. I shot them all maybe a few weeks ago, and now I needed to really push on with the edit. The rest of this week, I've got filming with a real estate agent for my usual kind of monthly update with those guys. I got a meeting which I've just booked in with a client to talk about a promo for their gym, so hopefully that goes well. And then on Sunday I'm shooting with a charity, and I know I said I wouldn't shoot with charities, but this is a paid piece of charity work that links in with a well-known kind of health insurance company. So yeah, so that will wrap off the week quite nicely. I think recently I've noticed that I've been on a bit of a work slump. Like, I seem to be procrastinating more than I should procrastinate and not getting things done as quickly as I would like. And I'm trying to work out if that's the work that I'm doing, the fact that, you know, like with me, when I don't have enough stuff on my plate, I'll procrastinate over doing the last kind of oomph. And I wonder it's because I've just come out of this busy, well, not just, a month or so ago, I was in this really busy period where I just didn't have time to think and I just got stuff done. And now I have like a little bit more time. I'm kind of pottering on things. And the alternative thought is that, when you've been in work for a while, like you change jobs and you're really excited and you move and you get, excited and you do all that sort of stuff. And then after a couple of years, which is where I'm at right now, you start to just kind of wallow a little bit, like things are a little bit, like it's pretty easy, you know what you're doing, you don't have to push as much. And I'm wondering if it's that. I'm wondering if I don't have the day-to-day challenges that I used to have when I first started. I don't have like a big push. And I'm wondering if it's that. Anyway, putting together these kind of proposals and doing all this editing has kind of like spurred me up. I think like that shoot with the balloon has also done that. And somebody else mentioned like, because I work on my own, because I, don't interact with that many people, perhaps it's that as well. Anyway, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'll just continuing on. I don't think it's a lackluster in what I find interesting or what I do, but it is difficult working in a creative environment all the time and being creative all the time. Other big important news. Look at all the space for activities. I finally tidied up on the weekend all of this schmozzle that was going on, as well as, you couldn't actually see it, but all of this stuff down here, there was like tons of... Now I've put a nice radiator there because it's cold, so you can't actually see, but there was tons of stuff in this room and it was doing my head in, and I got it tidy. So that was a productive use of the weekend that just makes me feel... Yes, tidy workspace, lots of work gets done. Yes, so I think that's about it for a kind of a daily update. I actually kind of missed doing these over the weekend, and then Monday was manic and Tuesday obviously was like sleep deprived. But yeah, I've kind of enjoyed just chatting randomly. Maybe it will solve my insanity of a lonely person. Who can tell? Anyway, I should probably get back to some editing. Oh, with these videos, I just wanted to think about this. This is the disadvantage of recording things like 3 times. You miss stuff and redo stuff and talk about it differently. Anyway, with these videos, I think it's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with where they're going. I think I want to do a few more things. Like, I think like getting out there and videoing whilst I'm actually doing things is cool, because it just something different for people who eventually may never watch this to watch. But I want to get some music. I want to like get some graphics going and all that sort of stuff. So maybe on the weekend I'll find time to like put a little intro or something like that. But yeah, I think what I wanted to do originally with these videos is just have the commitment to actually doing them, and then like content first, looks and design later on. So it's all kind of a bubbling movable feast. Anyway, I've talked for way too long. That's about it. See ya. As a way smile.